Doing well, and welcome back to another case of hard as nails earwax. Now, this one was especially difficult, not because it's technically difficult or technically challenging, but because it's very, very painful for the patient. And if you make it to the end of the video, you will see an incredibly heavily inflamed ear canal and eardrum. So it really looks horribly infected, but it's not. It's just that what's happened here is you can see that the debris is quite fibrous, and that's because this patient, for some reason, has packed their ear very tightly with cotton wool. I think because they've applied lots of ear drops to get rid of the earwax, but they've shoved cotton wool right down and smack bang against the eardrum, and lots of it. And what's happened is this sort of bizarre plug has formed whereby, you know, the wax and the cotton wool has just sort of melded into one, probably with the addition of further drops, almost like sand to cement. So it's become super hard, and it adhered to the ear canal walls. And, you know, probably what I could do is shove the hook in and just kind of rip it out. But this patient is already very much sort of, see right there where the camera kind of wiggled around, that's because the patient is flinching, and, you know, she's kind of gritting her teeth, and, you know, she wants it out because she's been turned away from not just other clinics, but also urgent care. So she's been turned away. So this really is last chance saloon to get this wretched thing out. But, I mean, I could rip it out, but then she'd, you know, she'd probably jump through the ceiling. And I'm really not that keen to cause any bleeding at all. So what I want to do is just take my time with this and just ease it out as best I can. Applied, see, and again, and that when you see the camera jitter like that, that's because the patient has jumped or flinched, something like that, which is why it's so important to brace with your hands at all times. So, so any audiologist watching, you'll know that's a technique that we often teach when we're training students. So, again, olive oil in here, not really to do anything per se. I just thought it might lubricate the canal a little bit. That's not really happening. Going in with suction again, I thought I'd be really clever and try and loosen up this section down here, but it's just plastered on big time. There is a little bit of movement there, as you can see, but again, there's no way that suction is ever going to work here. So I thought I'd just try and, you know, bring in the sides a little bit. So usually when it's kind of plastered like this, you can use the parcel technique, where basically you kind of take the debris in from the sides, like you strip away at the edges in an attempt to try and sort of unstick it and unadhere it, but that's clearly not working. And just trying to grab onto the main plug here, just to try and kind of wiggle it around, but this is just not happening. So I think it probably, at this point, I knew that